Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Musyoka TV, which is your number one online political channel. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is one of the politicians who many people believe that he can unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto from power late come 2027 because many people believe that William Samoei Arap Ruto has totally failed and his leadership is not going to go as far as 2027 presidential election. And that is why they believe that the best person to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto is not other than Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And those people have given about 3 scenarios which will help Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto. One of the scenarios which many people have said that will help Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is that the Mount Kenya factor. Many believe that since now, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is working hand in hand with the impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, and because the mountain is very furious with William Samoei Ruto, and they believe that William Samoei Arap Ruto had actually betrayed the mountain by impeaching their own son, who is the impeached president, who is the impeached deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. And because of that, many people believe that Mount Kenya is going to be behind Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And because Mount Kenya is very rich with forts, then it's going to give a head start Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka a red come 2027. So that is one of the scenario which people believe is going to make Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto. Another scenario is that people believe that the mainstream media is going to favor Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka because they believe that the mainstream media has never favored President William Samoei Ruto. Even last time, the so-called mainstream media was against President William Samoei Arap Ruto being elected as the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. And that is why they had to give William Samoei Arap Ruto very minimal time to appear and to sell himself through the mainstream medias. And even now, mainstream medias are actually tainting the prosperity, the political prosperity of President William Samoei Arap Ruto. And because of that, many people believe that it is going to be very easy for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to use that and override and unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto from power through election late come 2027. That is the second scenario, which many people believe is going to make Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto. And then the third and the last scenario is that most of the Gen Zs are going to support Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka because they are annoyed with William Samoei Arap Ruto. And that is why during the time when there was the passage of the finance bill, the Gen Zs actually wanted William Samoei Arap Ruto to go home. And because of that factor, many people believe that the Gen Zs across Kenya is going to make William Samoei Arap Ruto to regret a lot because most of the Gen Zs are going to vote in Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Those are the scenarios which many people say are going to put Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto. And that is what I want us to do a great analysis and try to see whether those who are saying that it is a true kind of analysis or it is a misleading analysis. But before we dive in to logically think about those scenarios, I could request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video thumbs up. Share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it is good to request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always remember to smash the bell button. Because by smashing the bell button, you will always be notified by YouTube so that you can be among the first people to watch any content that we upload into YouTube. So that notification is like giving YouTube permission so that you can get a notification. And that's why you need to hit the notification bell. And lastly, for those ones who have actually subscribed to our YouTube channel, I say thank you so much and always keep watching our political analysis. Having said that, now let me jump into the topic of the day. Let us look from one scenario to the other and try to think logically so that we can give a better conclusion whether those three scenarios are going to help Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto. The first factor, which many people are saying that is going to aid Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto that come to 2027 is the scenario of Mount Kenya. Because people believe that since now William Samoei Ruto impeached the deputy president, and the mountain is quite furious to President William Samoei Arap Ruto. And now since the impeached deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, is working with Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and probably is going to endorse Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka for presidency, then the mountain is going to rally behind Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And because it is a fourth rich region, then it's going to give a head start with Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. What is my thought about that kind of scenario? For me, I think differently because many people think that they will elect Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka because they feel furious with William Samoei Arap Ruto for betraying the impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. But I think by 2027, many people in Mount Kenya could have changed their furiousness about William Samoei Arap Ruto. And by 2027, probably they will change how they see the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. Because Rigathi Gachagua is a person who might want to endorse Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, but it is not going to help much about Mount Kenya. And if people from Mount Kenya will go with that, it means now people from Mount Kenya are going to stand for 15 years so that they can actually again try whether they can get the presidency back to the mountain. And therefore, if they will accept Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and aid in bringing him to power by unseating President William Samoei Arap Ruto, it means now Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, they will help him to be on power for 2 consecutive terms. And because already William Samoei Arap Ruto has finished 1 term, it means now they are going to wait to get power back to the mountain for 15 good years. And if the people of Mount Kenya will interrogate that, then they will become into reality. And probably they can say that because they have somebody who is the deputy president from Mount Kenya, it is now better for them to give William Samoei Arap Ruto fourth so that he can finish that term, the 2nd term. And then for them, they will actually try to see that they have taken power to the mountain. So if they help William Samoei Ruto to have a 2nd term, then it's going to be easy for the people of Mount Kenya to fight and see that after 2nd term of William Samoei Ruto, they will take back the leadership. But if they pass through Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, as I have said, they are going to wait for another 10 good years. And I think if the mountain will look at that, probably they will come to realization that this man who is impeached, Rigathi Gachagua, is taking them nowhere, is going to make the mountain to wait for a longer time to get back the leadership. And if they look from that scenario, then people from Mount Kenya are likely to vote again for William Samoei Ruto so that they can try again to take back the leadership of this nation because they know they have the votes instead of passing through Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. So by now, the people of Mount Kenya are very furious at William Samoei Arap Ruto for impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. But I see a scenario that once we are going to go forward until 2027, the people of Mount Kenya are going to be brought into realization that by following the route of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, then it's going to be very hard for them to take back the leadership of this nation back to Mount Kenya. And that's why I'm saying that Mount Kenya might not be able to support Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka for for unseating President William Samoei Arap Ruto, because soon the reality will come out and they will see it's better for them to assist William Samoei Ruto to go for second term, so that they can see, or they can have a fighting chance to take back the leadership back to Mount Kenya. That is a very near route to take. So there's also another scenario about the mainstream media in Kenya going to go against William Samoei Arap Ruto to the end, and they will tarnish the leadership of William Samoei Arap Ruto until people will be tired of William Samoei Ruto completely. But I think even if the mainstream media will be against William Samoei Arap Ruto, people are watching. And that's why sometimes you will find in this world, there are people you find that the mainstream media is totally against them, but they end up being voted. And that's what I foresee is going to happen. The mainstream media will be working against William Samoei Arap Ruto. But let come 2027, people are going to vote in for William Samoei Arap Ruto. And therefore, even if the mainstream media is against William Samoei Ruto's leadership, then Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is not going to gain much from that. Remember what happened in the United States of America, where the mainstream media was against Trump. And people said Trump is a finished person, is not going to win for presidency. But people went forward and voted for Trump overwhelmingly. So that's what might happen in this republic, even if the mainstream media is against William Samoei Arap Ruto. I foresee a situation when 2027 will come where people will vote in again for William Samoei Arap Ruto. So that analogy of thinking that the mainstream media will be against William Samoei Ruto, and that will give Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka a head start, I don't see it assisting Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Let's come to the third thing, analogy about the Gen Z's factor, that they will assist Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to unseat President William Samoei Ruto, because most of the Gen Zs are against William Samoei Ruto. But for me, I feel that the Gen Zs who have taken voters' cards are very few in this republic. They might be at least around 15% of the Gen Z's population. And if all the Gen Zs will be able to get the votes, it will count up to around 30%. And I don't also believe that once we reach 2027, that the Gen Zs will say, we are tribalist. We can vote in for the person we want. Because as you know, Kenya is quite tribal, and politicians will always use the Gen Zs for their benefit. And most of the Gen Zs always vote in the basis of which tribe they come from. So that kind of analogy that the Gen Zs are unified in the entire republic is neither here nor there. And that's why I feel, because of the few number of registered Gen Zs who are capable to vote, And because always as we approach to election, always people follow their tribal background, or they vote based on their tribe, where their tribe is focusing towards. That is why I feel that the Gen Zs are not going to assist Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to win or to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto. So for me, I don't see those three scenarios, whether they will help Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto. What do you have to say? Do you believe those three scenarios? That means the Mount Kenya scenario, that means the mainstream media scenario, and the Gen Z's factor scenario. Do you believe those scenarios will help Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka to unseat President William Samoei Arap Ruto late come 2027 presidential election? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to pump into this YouTube channel, I could request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it's good to encourage them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for those ones who have subscribed to this YouTube channel, I say thank you. May God bless you all abundantly, because you are behind our inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And with that, I say adios.